Marine, when you're ready, bro. Yep, it's your show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Super7 Season 5 League Cup draw. First of all, I want to thank everyone. We've got lots of guests today. Also want to thank our venue as well, thank Relax for giving us this opportunity. Very excited to be here for the first time, so really looking forward to it. Before I actually start the league draw, I just want to go through a few sort of ways of actually it's going to happen. So first of all, we're going to have a preliminary round, which is going to be of 8 teams. So it will be the second division, and it will be all of second division and the bottom team from the first division. That's going to be in the preliminary round.
Okay, so just to make this clear, so we've got 3 divisions at the moment.
That's correct.
12 teams are already qualified for the group stages, and then we're going to have 8 teams in the preliminary stages.
Correct.
Out of those 8 teams, 4 teams are going to go through, join the 12 teams with the 16-team group stages, 4 groups.
That's correct, yeah.
So the 7 teams from Division 2, the bottom divisions, are going to be in the preliminary round,
Yeah.
including the last bottom team from the first division. So those are the 8 teams that are going to be competing in the preliminary round.
Correct, yeah. There will also be a pathway which will be explained how the teams can actually get to the final as well. Just to also explain the preliminary round, there'll be 2 8 o'clock kickoffs and 2 9 o'clock kickoffs. All games will be 40-minute games.
Yeah, so 20 minutes each half. It's the same drill. It's going to be a straight knockout. So it's all in or all out.
Also, then if it's a draw, it'll be penalties as well. 3 penalties as per normal.
And then sudden death, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Correct, yeah.
So without any further ado, if I could get our first 2 guests from LMG up, Naz and Amin, please.
Maybe 1 or 2 words from our sponsors of Super7, perhaps.
All I can say is good luck to everyone, and hopefully we will be sponsoring in the future as well.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Right, can you give you a
Yeah, if you want to give it a little shake and then...
The first team, Bismillah, best of luck everyone. First team is Flair.
Is it just Flair or
Flair.
Flair FC?
Flair.
Okay. He's going to be versing the next team.
Acorn.
Acorn.
The third team playing London Kings United.
Who are they going to play?
Inferno.
Inferno.
The fifth team London Kings.
Kings.
Sixth team is Capital FC.
And the final game?
Last and final game Valence.
Yeah, that's it.
Division 2 champions.
Division 2 champions.
Yeah. And this is the last team.
I'm sure they know who they are.
London APSA.
And that's
So that's our preliminary round. done. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that. We will now be getting a special guest. Oops. So then if you want to just carry on talking for a bit.
Yeah, so while you do this, Asmo, Valence and London upside. You know, I've seen Upside play, I've seen Valence play. Any opinions from the crowd? Rashid?
Not here. I know Valence obviously just won the title for Division 2.
Yeah.
So they'll be looking to obviously try and do well in the cup. APSA had a mixed season, started off well, but should be an interesting game.
Okay, so is London Kings and Capital FC, Asmo, what's your take on that?
London Kings, they're pretty much a sort of like a good cup game team. So I think they should actually do the job against Capital. No disrespect to Capital, just my opinion. I think because of their experience in cup games, I think they'll probably do well.
I think so. I mean, and then you've got Flair and Akon. So Flair, have you played Akon before?
Yeah, we played April twice. Obviously, the first time we drew. The second time we had a last minute win against them, which was recently as well. Coming in new to the league and new cup game should be good for us as well.
It's always an underdogs game, isn't it, when it comes to the cup games? I think we've seen in the past, it's when they could actually play freely and really just,
Cup games are all about upsets. I mean, if you've played in the cup games before, and if you see it on TV as well, it's full of surprises, and it's high intense as well at the same time. So, those teams, I'm sure they're going to all battle it out. They've got 40 minutes to prove.
Yeah.
And,
Time.
it's going to be a difficult night for some of the teams, I think.
Very exciting, very exciting. Should we go on to the group stages? So if I could have our special guest, Councillor Wade Bay, from the Mayor's Office, Will Bay, you just get up for us, please. Just give it a little twirl, and then if you just go. Well, before that, can you say something?
Love the venue, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, Iqbal Hussain Bhai, just Wahid Bhai, yeah, just give us a few
Words.
words.
I think, like you said, in terms of cup games, basically it's anyone's game. So doesn't matter who's champion or who's won the cup before. It's about on the day played. And I think things like this, I think more often if we do things like this, I think it's really good and it gets everyone excited about it. So I think good luck to all the teams and best team on the day with the right attitude, right performance. Hopefully win the day. So yeah, good luck to everyone.
The question is, are you going to be there on the night?
Yeah. If I'll definitely hope to be there.
Okay. Are you impartial or do you have a favourite?
I quite like Valence. I do basically in terms of reason being I grew up near that area. If it's the same team, I think so I think Valence is. I'm tipping Valence all the way.
It's just because you don't think that they're strong, you just think that you're loyalty to them. You hope that they win.
Do you know what?
I mean, it is their first season, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
And I mean, they've done quite well, right?
Yeah.
Second division champions already.
I think you have to support someone, and sometimes loyalty you stay. You stay with and you stick with what you know. So I think for me, rest of the team. Good luck to the rest of the team, but I think for me, Valence. Get my backing and my support.
So, are we doing Group A first?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're going to start with Group A, B, C,
B, C,
D.
and
So we'll just continue
Okay.
rotating
Okay.
now.
So the first team. Galacticos.
They just won the Division 1
Division 1 champions, and they played at the charity game last night. It was quite unlucky for them.
Yeah.
They were against the Crystal Palestine, a much stronger team. And the second team in Group A is
No,
going to
Group
be
B, Group B.
Group B. Okay.
Group B. Burdette. Is it Burdette? Yeah.
Yes.
Burdette. Taking it now on to Group C.
Group C.
Group C.
This is where the fun starts.
Shade FC.
Shade FC. And Group D, first team in Group D.
Azuri FC.
Azuri FC.
Second team on the
Okay, so we're on to
Back to Group A
second
again.
team in Group A.
Futsal Palazzo, if I'm pronouncing it right.
That's correct, yeah.
You'll have to give me the slip as more. I have to get my spelling right here.
It's hard to say that.
Palazzo, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, fantastic. So second team in Group B now.
Do we have any group of deaths?
Camden Panthers.
Camden Panthers.
My favourite team. Is there a favourite team?
There's only me as well. The next team for Group C.
Group C. Second team.
Winner game.
Winners of game 2, so that's between London Kings United or Inferno. I said London
And
Kings.
Group D, second team.
GFC. G7.
G7, right. Okay. Now the third team in Group A.
Winners.
No?
East London Kings.
East London Kings. Okay. Third team in Group B.
Winner of game 4.
Winners
Okay.
of game 4.
That's between Valence and London ABSA.
Okay. So Group C, third team.
Champions of East United.
The runners-up in the Premiership this season.
Okay.
Blackpool FC.
Blackpool FC.
Blackwall FC is third team in Group D.
Correct.
Okay, so the final 4. So final team in Group A.
Winner game 1.
Anyone?
Flair and Acorn.
Okay. Last team in Group B. Crystal Palestine.
Group of death, is that?
Crown holders of cup. Well, actually, they won it twice.
Okay. So the last team in Group C.
That's who it's called.
Different trouble. Give it some kind of detail. This is one chance of the position small.
Whopping you.
Whopping you.
Try to see that.
Winner of game
And the final team,
Winner of game 3.
Three.
winner of game 3.
That's London Kings or Capital FC.
Right.
Thank you very much, guys. That
Thank you,
concludes
guys.
our draw.
Just do a quick confirmation of all four. Go through it.
Is that-
Okay, so just going through the group stages, the groups. So Group A, we've got Galacticos, Futsal Golazo, East London Kings, and the winners of Game 1, which would be either, which teams has moved?
Flair or Acorn?
Acorn, right, okay. In Group B, we've got Bedette, Camden Panthers, winners of Game 4,
That's Valence or London ABSA.
and Crystal Palestine. In Group C, we've got Shade FC, winners of Game 2,
London Kings United, Inferno.
okay, champions of East United and Wapping Youth. And in Group D, we've got Azuri FC, G7, Blackwell FC, and winners of Game 3.
London Kings against Capital FC.
I don't see a group of death here. I don't know what you guys think.
I think, yeah, I think it's RC teams now. I think this is where we.
Yes, they're the champions to say something. They're the current champions, Crystal Palestine.
Crystal Palestine, you have to say something. What's your opinion on the draw?
I feel like the draw is decent. I think there's a couple of great teams there. Of course, I'm confident that we'll top the group, of course. But again, it depends on the day. Burdett can turn out, and I'm not too sure about Camden, never seen them play. But may the best team win, I guess.
Do you think it's a group of death? This one you want?
No, 50-50 I would say.
It's nicely mixed up with the
50-50 I would say. Anyone take it, it depends on the day, I believe.
So, what do you know about Camden? Rash, you know a bit about Camden, don't you?
Camden, fairly new team, so they've lacked experience. But the teams to look out for, most will know. You're looking at Group A. You're looking at Galacticos, East London Kings. And they'll be tough contenders. You got champs of East United. In the other groups, you got obviously Crystal Palestine, Azuri, G7 on the day. They're favourites, but with the cup, it's not about the favourites. Group stage is 20 minutes. If teams are smart or they're defensive and they can sneak a counter attack or just play for a draw and sneak a win a second game, there could be upsets because it's 20 minutes. It's not your full 40 minutes.
No.
So it doesn't matter how big or superstars you have. It's about being smart with certain teams. And there's a challenge. You've got nothing to lose. If you're a Division 2 side or Division 1 side, you're just playing for fun. You've got nothing to lose. The pressure is on the big sides, likes of East London Kings, likes of Champs of United, likes of Crystal Palestine. They have to break defences. They have to win because the expectation is there. And I'm sure the few managers there
Well,
will
I'm
echo.
going to go on to move on to Ijaz now, and ask him what he thinks. Have you come across Crystal Palestine before or some of the other teams?
Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with the groups because Camden Panthers and then Absa or Valence I think is quite favourable. Crystal Palace is going to be a test, but it would be nice to see where the team is at if we do go to the Premiership next season as well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the group. It's going to be interesting to see if we can finish first or second.
Great, Asmo. Which is your favourite group?
I actually agree. I think it's a well-balanced 4 groups. But I just wanted to touch on the thing about these group games. I mean, from experience as well, is it's not just about the performance. I mean, obviously luck comes into it as well. It's also how teams manage. I think Rash will say how teams manage their 3 games. Sorry. You have to plan it out. Who's your toughest opponents? How do you manage it? Maybe, for example, try and aim for a draw and win against a lower opponent. You have to look at these kind of tactics.
Just on one note, Asmo, where the preliminary rounds is 40-minute game, 20 minutes each half.
Yeah,
The group stage is actually 20 minutes straight, but you get 3 games on the night.
that's correct. So
Okay,
yeah,
so which makes it
fatigue,
really
fitness,
exciting.
yeah.
Really
So
does, yeah.
some players could burn themselves out in the first 2 games, and then the last game it could affect them. So there's
Yeah.
lots of sort of factors to take in.
And then if there's a group tie, then obviously that goes to penalties.
No, so what will happen is you look if it's
That
points
information will be
Yeah.
will give it to all the teams.
Okay.
The ins and outs, the full
Yeah.
details will be emailed to all the teams how the point system works.
So more information on the points is going to be
will be yeah, will be
disseminated
sort of
soon.
like, yeah.
Okay.
If we could get some other managers sort of like talking about it, would be actually nice as well.
Danny, I've always done
Danny.
Yeah, so I mean, Group A is quite interesting because we played against Galacticos a couple of times. They're quite a strong team. We've played them with weaker teams, like in friendly games. They've been quite tough opponents. I think we drew with them twice. Football Galasso, they've got players. Specifically, they're a futsal team themselves. So they've got players that played for the England six-a-side team in their squad. I'm surprised they didn't do better in the actual season this year. And the winner of game one, I'm probably expecting Acorn to go through there. Personally, I know AJ who runs that team. He's a very good player. So I think Group A might throw up some upsets that people might not expect.
I saw Galacticos play last night with Crystal Palace. Like, okay, the only different to me was just the score, the final score. Galacticos are phenomenal players, so much flair. I mean, some of the players were absolutely outstanding. You know, just absolutely brilliant. So you could tell if they're playing like this, you know, it's going to be tough for the other teams.
No,
I think.
I mean, the pace of the game in this sort of Super Sevens is just phenomenal in terms of the skills, the ability. You know, when people talk about grassroots, this is where you want to build the grassroots from this tournament, this kind of league, and then sort of like take it on to another level. And what a great sort of like, you know, platform that is.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say on the preliminary round, you've got Flair and Acorn, right? And if Flair go through, theoretically, okay, they'll be in the Group A.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is anyone here from Flair's? Samuel. Yeah. Do you have one or two words to say?
I mean, first of all, obviously, we've probably got the youngest team throughout the whole league, full of 16 and 17-year-olds, development stage, and came second, runners up, unlucky. Seeing this group, obviously, it's a big test for us. We're coming in definitely as underdogs, and hopefully, lots of upsets on the day itself.
I mean, say you know the league inside out, all the pros and cons, all of the teams, the strengths and weaknesses. Do you have a personal favourite? Just say, just a name of a team. A personal favourite. Who do you think is going to win?
I'll personally fear you're going to win.
Let's show them the pathway.
Sure.
Guys, we'll just show you a quick pathway. So this is how the quarterfinals will be actually done. So the winners from Group A will play the runners-up from Group B. The winners from Group C will play runners-up from Group D. Winners from Group B will play runners-up of Group A, and winners of Group D will play runners-up of Group C. And the first two would actually be the semi-final 1 and semi-final 2. This way, it avoids teams sort of meeting from the group stages to the quarterfinals, and they'll only meet in the final. So it just avoids that kind of clash. Again, all this information will be sent out to the teams as well. So don't feel like you just have to memorize it.
Just to give people the heads up, where the group stages are going to be 20 minutes straight, the quarterfinals, semi-finals and the finals are going to be 40-minute games, 30-minute games.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
those are going to be some long 30 minutes.
Yeah, so yeah, very exciting. So I just want to thank everyone again. That sort of like concludes our draw. Good luck to all teams. Thank you very much to our guests. Thank you, Nanu. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, hope to see you.
Best of luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.